AHP Podcast. Me and Raqib are back for another episode of comedy, introspection, and incest porn.
My washing machine does not, in fact, work, so this could actually happen.
Oh, so shit. That's why I've been staying I've been in that washing machine for 20 minutes. You haven't come around.
Yeah, it should make sense, right? Like, if anybody's gonna get stuck in a washing machine, it's gonna be me.
I never understood that scenario, by the way. I never got that.
I guess it's just kind of convenient. Like, somebody is bending over into a thing where they're stuck. And
how could they be stuck? That's the thing. They're like, "Oh, I'm stuck." I'm like, "No, you're not. Just get the fuck out."
Yeah, it's very weird. I don't understand the scenario. It makes no sense. Like, the average adult actress is entirely too small to be stuck in anything other than a bad relationship.
Yeah, amen to that. Yeah,
so
unless her tits are just so huge, it's like.
I mean, even then, it's not that they're made out of. It's not that they're made out of cement and plaster. They're malleable. You can sort of like maneuver them out.
Yeah, just like, butter them up a little bit.
Yeah,
help them get out.
You got detergent. It's right above your head. Just soap them up.
Just soap them up.
Just slide them out. It's fine. It's good. It'll sting a little bit, but every month it gets tender anyway. You're probably used to it. Yeah.
What were we talking about prior to the start of the podcast?
We were talking about how it's weird that Irish people have a kinship with potatoes because of the potato famine and whatnot.
Yeah,
but they never
got around to turn it into liquor.
Yeah, never got around to turn it into like a vodka or something.
I said, yeah, they're the only people. Yeah, they have a lot of potatoes, not vodka. Vodka is still surprisingly
it's not a thing.
Russian. Yeah. They're whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whiskey is not made with potatoes.
No, it's made out of rye.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what Freud says about the Irish people, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like God created Irish people to conquer the world and made whiskey to stop them.
It's probably true.
It's probably true. They can be quite. They're known to be a warrior tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the Irish and the Scots are the two groups of individuals who, by the way, I mean real Irish.
Yeah.
And Scots are the two groups of, in particular, Scots are known for Vikings, that when Vikings reached them, they were like, maybe we shouldn't really get engaged in battle with them. They're like, they topped Vikings in terms of insanity.
Yeah. It's sad that it didn't get crushed by the Romans eventually, but they had numbers and money at their disposal. But I think it's also there's also this underappreciated aspect of Irish people where they're quite cerebral, but you don't really think about it as much. Like you have your James Joyces and Oscar Wildes and whatnot. The Scottish have a lot of like really talented engineers like Brunel and whatnot. For somewhat reason, some of the best content producers on YouTube, all Irish. I don't get it.
Really?
Yeah. You got this one dude called Super Eye Patch Wolf, Irish. You got another dude who runs a YouTube channel called Engineering Explained, Irish. There's a whole bunch of other people on YouTube, all Irish. It's very weird. I don't get it.
I wish I could have an explanation for that, but I really don't. I'm blanking out for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could it be because of their centuries of oppression by the Brits kind of caused this insane... Because they have a... Humor-wise, they're very funny.
Yeah.
At the same time, they're very fucking intense.
Yeah.
And insanely proud.
Yes.
Insanely proud of their Irish heritage. Have you seen Braveheart?
I've seen Braveheart.
Yeah.
That's one. There's this one movie I grew up with as a child called War of the Buttons. And War of the Buttons is set in this town called County Cork. And it's about these two schools, these groups of boys who basically go to war every weekend over a bounty of rare buttons. That's it. And of the interaction that happens between these things. It's a beautiful movie.
I wish I've seen it, huh?
Yeah. But it's this thing of where, like, there's this one scene where they're just going to battle holding sticks and whatnot. and one side pulls a gambit where they just show up naked and just charge the other side, and the other side can't handle it. Like, oh god, they're naked, and they start running. And the other, they're like, we're naked, the willy's out.
Yeah, my willy.
Yeah. You like to blow the tin whistle, blow this, you fuckers. You know,
they're funny because I love the weird rivalry between the Scots and the Irish. Not really a rivalry. It's a friendly rivalry because they're like the Scottish say like Irish are the Scots who couldn't swim.
It's really fucking cold. Like, I'm just going to swim over to England to tell them what's what. Oh, I'm an iceberg. Shite.
Oh, shite. But when they talk, their accents are almost fucking same.
There is like, because here's the weird thing. In the rare moments where I have gotten inebriated enough for my accents to change, there's a very like step-by-step thing, right? So it goes from the sort of usual sort of mixed up accent I usually have as a Malaysian. Yeah. And then it defaults back into what I was raised with, which is a British accent. Like a complete British accent. And then it goes from that to Scottish. Yeah. So when I start sounding like Sean Connery just a little bit, Porsche galore.
Porsche
galore. There's this classic. It's not actually Sean Connery, but it's SNL skit with one of them is playing Sean Connery. Yeah, and it's a parody of Jeopardy, right? Celebrity Jeopardy, and it's $200 for an album. Yeah, but the guy who's playing Sean Connery goes, "Ain't no bum."
Oh god damn it!
Or like a Billy Connolly type.
Oh, Billy Connolly is my hero. Oh yeah, I love that guy, and he's pretty ill now, and I'm pretty sad about it. But I really love that guy.
I'm just surprised he lived this long. Honestly, he seemed to live very hard.
In his younger days, he did. But the thing about him is that he had such a. Whenever he speaks, he speaks of everything with such a joy. Every fucking thing. Yeah. With such a joy. Yeah. That you're gonna kind of get a feeling like, this guy knew how to live. This guy is found that, I mean, and he's been through shit, you know. It's like his father sexually molested him when he was a kid. Jeez. And he forgave him for that, really. Jeez. His mother left them when he was a kid. Jeez. And he was abused by his aunts. Went through hell basically when he was a child.
So Charles Dickens was like, I give the fuck up.
Yeah, Charles Dickens now boo. I'm gay. Get in the line. There's a lot of people who are gay. Yeah. No, he had a lot of crap going on, but yet he's just so joyous about life. Yeah. Like, I still sometimes refer to my dick as my willy. My willy.
I remember Billy Connolly acting as Mr. Brown in Mrs. Brown about the Highland Guard, who was the personal bodyguard of...
Yeah, he got nominated for Oscar.
He got nominated for an Oscar for that. That was really, really great. And it was very interesting to see, like, he's usually a comedian, just like very, loud and extroverted on stage, but on stage, on the set, he's just very controlled and very precise and very...
professional actor.
Very professional actor.
Yeah.
And I always thought that's an indication where not too many actors can be comedians, but a lot of comedians can be very good actors.
Yeah, I agree with you. Mm-hmm. And the thing about him is that, like, of course, he also has a gift. He has a very, very interesting face. Mm. So he can be quiet and doesn't do anything, and you can still find him interesting. Mm. His face he has this like charm to his face. Mm-hmm. And what was it? He had a movie with Sharon Stone. Apparently they didn't get along with each other in the movie, and he had a movie with Sharon Stone, and Sharon Stone only has like maybe two films that were like worthy of mentioning.
Right.
This one like came out, was supposed to be a romantic comedy and stuff, and they didn't get along with each other on set. And his friend, who was a late night host, asked him, was like, "How was that movie doing that movie for you?" And he said, "You know, the thing about me, because he used to be a welder in the shipyard in Scotland, he said, the only I really wanted my welder pals to see me getting in bed with Sharon Stone." That's all he cared about doing that movie. Like, all my welder pals are watching me, and like, yes, one of us did.
Hey, you did good, Billy.
Get to give him good. Come on, Billy.
Seems like you gained a stone.
Gained a stone
in your pants. You're good.
Yeah. Give her your belly. Oh.
Yeah, but that, I think it's, I was actually talking to this with a friend about how the closer you are to England, the more fucked over you're going to be, and the more interesting you become, essentially, right? If you want to know which countries produce some of the best comedians, just see who the British fucked over the most.
The more fucked up the country, it's the more fun you will have. Yeah, really. Yeah, it's like British comedian, British are fun because they got fucked quite a bit by Adolf. Yeah.
Or themselves.
Really. They're their own worst enemy.
Yeah.
The French, the French are, I have not seen a French, I know there are French comedians in France, but they only do it in French because fuck you, English is the inferior language.
But there are comedians who are French language who are not originally from France. So you got, there's this one Moroccan comedian, Emal something or other. I can't remember.
I have no fucking idea.
He's a stand-up comedian. He does it in French. He's actually quite funny. But he's a Jewish Moroccan, which is a combination I thought that could not
possibly exist.
He's a French-speaking Jewish Moroccan. I'm like, all right, I'll put you together with the German Eskimo.
Sometimes you do come across an odd combination that you go like, how the fuck are you created right now? Like, what did your parents do? Your grandfather do? It's just a weird combo. Like, my best friend is 20% Jewish. He's a Syrian-born 20% Jew. 50% Persian. Persian Iraqi.
Oh, jeez.
And what was it? 1% Chinese.
What?
He got the Chinese in him.
Like, did he swallow a bucket of duck sauce? What is that? Okay,
he got some Chinese and Mongolian blood in him. Everybody got Mongolian blood. God bless Genghis Khan, man. That guy did. When he wasn't writing, he was fucking.
Yeah, just bagging his way through the steppe, just spreading his DNA.
Yeah. I think he would Mongolians had this tradition of letting their cum dry under the sun and then break it with hammer and turn it into dust and just salt bake it wherever they go. Just fucking go next to every guy.
Yeah. It's like you're growing wheat.
How can you have so much children? It is that means every time Genghis Khan had sex, he conceived.
Yeah.
His DNA is so superior. Even if you're not ovulating, his sperm is coming through.
The sperm is just waiting outside your ovaries, just looking at its watch, going, I'm waiting. Anytime. Come on. We gotta go. Come on.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. Your Uber's waiting. Come on. There's that one thing. I have another friend. This is a childhood friend of mine, right? And his dad is Indian. Yeah. Right. Specifically Malayali. So already a minority within a minority.
Wow.
And his mom was Japanese American, right? And then he converted to Islam but in so doing, also joined sort of like a side sect. So he joined like a Sufi cult, basically.
Wow.
And then from there he got indoctrinated into a group of witch doctors, basically a bunch of bomos. And then he got ordained as a bomo. And so this half Japanese, half Indian Muslim convert also moonlights from his day job as a graphic designer as the dude who chases rain away for TV3. It's really bizarre.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really bizarre.
Yeah, it's quite strange.
Have you seen Malaysian Africans? In South Africa?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah. I've heard of them too through my ex-girlfriend, actually.
Yeah.
And she told me it's like they're Malaysian Africans in Africa.
Yeah.
And I say, how? And she talked about something involved possible slavery of Malays into South African region by the Brits, of course. The Brits. Fucking British. Just fucking British.
No wonder your desserts call it spotted dick. That's what your soul is made out of.
Fucking Churchill sucking dick.
Just a couple of brown dudes go.
I'm actually very happy to see British nowadays. They're a dying race.
Yeah.
It's like I have every British person I've met in the past 4 years. They're not Brits.
No.
And they look a little tainted, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, you look like a glass of milk with a shot of espresso.
Yeah. No, I got this. I often meet British people who still have that air of like clueless superiority about them. Yeah. Every now and then. Yeah. And they're universally hated. Yeah. You know, amongst like within whatever scene that they're in. They're nice to me. I don't know why. But it's just thing of like you. I don't think you understand that this thing you call confidence is just you being an entitled, privileged fuck.
Yeah, there's not a sad problem. Like the British is one problem.
Yeah,
another is which is even surpassed the Brits in terms of just bullshit. Is I've met like maybe 4 Malaysian, half British, half British, half British, and they are by far the worst.
Really?
Yeah, they're very bad. Like, I won't say very bad, but it kind of creates this very odd complexion about them.
He's trying to get in.
Yeah. Raqib's cat is trying to get in.
Yeah. He's gonna keep at it.
Yeah, it's alright.
Okay.
And the thing is like the half British, half Malaysians are all of them were half British, half Malaysian Chinese to be exact.
Ah, okay.
And they are Malaysian, but they carry that sense of superiority of a Brit, like when they're. By their behavior, they're British. By their way they talk, they're British. When it suits them, they're very British.
Right. And
they do see themselves a level above everybody else, like in the university, in the workplace. And that level of arrogance, I'm like, bitch, you're Malaysian.
Yeah.
Like, not that there's anything low about being Malaysian, but I'm just saying, like, why are you so proud of? Why are you so, like, problematic?
I don't understand. I think it's just this thing of where Malaysia has a lot of problems, right? And at some point, anything looks better than being Malaysian, right? Like Malaysia has a ton of things that are like embarrassing, like the airplanes went missing, and our prime minister like ran off with a whole bunch of money, right? And I can't say this because it was proven in a court of law, right? But so it can be very embarrassing to like love your country, you know, warts and all. But so in return, what happens is that whatever other identity you can latch onto, that's where your source of pride is.
Yeah.
And that can be very problematic as well, because that's all you got to lord over other people.
You know, like Patricia O'Neill?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had this bit about the, what's it called? He had this bit about Italians in America,
Right.
or other members of other races who are not black that went to America, who are not white either. And he says, bitch, you came to America in 1960, in 1920. I was here when it was born, my ancestors. And you chose white.
Yeah.
You came here and then you said, I'm superior to you because I'm white. You're not white.
No.
No. And the thing is about that, it's like, what is that pride that goes around about that? It's same with the half British, half British, half Malaysian. Like, why are you? What is it? What is the benefit of boasting to? No, they don't boast about it, but their demeanor is is equivalent to a British person who came from a royal family. I'm like, your father works in a factory, your mother is a housewife, and you're a shitty person. What is the attitude that you have towards me for being Middle Eastern?
I don't know. I think it's just this thing of where it is what a person who actually isn't English thinks what English people are like. And they project their impression of what English people are like onto other people.
Yeah.
Right? We, with whatever inferiority complex we've got, think of the British as being these very sort of debonair, classy people with a lot of dignity and whatnot, when we're not bitching about them murdering everybody in sight. So I'm guessing anybody who's really proud of that heritage will, like, front that that's what they are.
Yeah.
But if you actually met an actual English person, it runs the gambit from very pleasant and polite to just like, I don't know, hanging off a lamppost at 2 o'clock in the morning in Soho, completely drunk off their minds. You know?
Yeah. They get drunk. They're drinkers.
Oh, jeez.
They're disturbingly drunks. Not I won't call it drunks. It's like I know a few British, like just pure Brits in Malaysia, and like I follow them on Instagram and I follow them on Facebook, and like they go to Changkat in the morning and like breakfast time, and like she is having a cocktail, the dad just had a shot. Yeah. And it was the most casual thing. They're not drunk, but they're drinking.
Yeah, it's whiskey for breakfast, right?
Yeah, whiskey for breakfast. It's like simple as that. I'm like, why?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
And they're not good drunks, by the way. They're not Russian. Like they're it's not that their tolerance is high. Yeah. It's just that it's so embedded with them to drink so much. It's really
odd. Because you don't really think of the British as being like alcoholics, right? That stereotype it's associated with the Scots, with the Irish, with the Russians, and it's associated with them because of, the impression that they're lower class. Yeah. So that, they must be alcoholics because they're lower class. Yeah. Right? Lady Chatterley, on the other hand, is having gin for tea. But you don't call her an alcoholic because, you can get away with it because you're rich. I don't know, because I've met I don't know, actual sort of like British people. Yeah. And it's just this thing of where, they don't drink as much as they drink a lot, right? They drink a lot. But compared to other Europeans, they don't drink. They drink a lot. They drink more. That's the weird thing, right?
They drink more.
They drink more. Yeah. Like the Germans don't drink as much as the British do. Honestly. No. The Scandinavians, like they got the,
Yeah. Funny enough, you mentioned, especially in Penang, you see them. Yeah. I've seen drunk British. Yeah. I've not seen drunk Germans. Yeah. I've seen Germans. I've seen Brits. Yeah. I've never seen a drunk German.
I've never seen a drunk German either. I've never seen a drunk Frenchman.
Yeah.
And
the Brits also cause trouble when they get drunk.
Oh my god!
You know that do you know the Love Lane in Penang?
Yeah,
there's always like a problem that goes on. It's a Brit.
It's always some yobbish backpacker starting a fight, and then his I don't know, Canadian friend has to pull him away or something.
The last time I saw one was a year or so ago. It was a gay British dude who would just keep coming and get the mic from the singer.
Right.
Oh yeah, he kept pulling the mic from the singer, and then there was security going on in the Love Lane now, apparently because of the fights apparently that's happening in the Love Lane between.
Right.
The foreigners, the tourists, and some Indian people there. That had happened quite a few times. I mean, I say there's security going on. People with military uniform are there in the Love Lane. And this guy, relatively tall Chinese military man was walking around with military boots and everything, and he saw what was happening and he kept interrupting the music, and the singer really took it well. Like he really tried to manage it well, but he was getting pissed off as well. And this guard got close to him a few times and he said, "Oh, I'm just playing, I'm not gonna do anything." And then eventually he grabbed the guard's balls.
Oh, shit.
Which was a wrong move.
No, don't.
Oh, yeah.
Don't grab the balls of the voluntary peacekeeping corps.
He twisted his arm, he held them down, he, pushed them down a little bit. Funny enough, I think because his superior came and kind of...
Yeah.
Calmed everything down, but the guard wanted to, beat the living fuck out of him.
Oh, yeah, no, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Of all the white people I've encountered... in Penang, when I was living and working in Penang, I think the nicest are the Americans, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
The American tourists, America's got a really lousy reputation as a country, but these days the people who come over are just really sedate and calm and polite and apologetic. Mm-hmm. It's very weird. If you take them out of their country, if you take a particular kind of American out of the country, they behave the way you expect the British to behave. It's really weird. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Brits are like, you're being really obnoxious right now. What happened to tea and crumpets and being really polite? I don't understand. I think it might be a regional thing. If you get a drunk dude from Manchester, you might be in trouble.
Yeah.
You get somebody from East London, you might be in a lot of trouble, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you got a young lady from Salisbury or something, it's got to be really.
Europeans in general are not. Europe in general is now in a very weird state, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They've kind of grown. Now there's two. There are two factions. They're like America, but America, as far as I know, has always been like this. Mm-hmm. Europe is now becoming that, which is a left and a right, but extremes.
Right. Yeah.
There's no middle ground anymore, really, with anyone.
Yeah.
There's either, oh my god, the world, we need to open up and we need to let the people in and embrace all the cultures. Right. And then there's this, kick out the foreigner, fuck everybody else, attack this, attack that, European power.
Oi, get out of me country.
Get out of my country, you bastard.
You're fucking slag while he's eating a kebab.
Yeah. Get out of my country, you faggot! Oi! Oi!
Hey! Do you want to get some curry afterwards? Yeah, man. Yeah. Idiot.
Yeah. Here's the part that Brits didn't do right. They went around and got people's stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they didn't understand is that if you remove people's stuff and they don't have any more stuff, they're gonna come to you because you got all the stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, right. Hello? You took my stuff. Hello, English G. You took all of the everything.
You took everything, lah. Yeah.
Yeah. So can I don't want it back. I just want to earn a little bit of it back so that, the Then the Jamaican dude is just like shoving the Indian dude. Oi, give me back me stuff. You fucking bastard. He's from Brixton.
Why is it Jamaican something?
He's from Brixton. So he's got a Cockney accent.
Yeah. Jamaican like, oh, come on, man. Give me back my stuff, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Me want me everything back, you fucking bastard.
Yeah. But that's what the problem is with them, you see?
Yeah.
And they're really gone to the extremes. I got a case of the most extreme that really condensed what white people and what white guilt is.
Yeah.
And that was my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, no.
Like, that was the most fucked up thing. Like, I had, like, wow, my God.
Were you...
A German.
Oh, okay. Well... See, the German thing is weird because it's...
Yeah.
You were guilty for, like, one thing. But Germans didn't have any colonies, right? So we give Germans a really hard time for the Third Reich during World War II.
Yeah.
Right? But if you collate all of the nasty stuff that all of the European empires did, the Spanish, the Portuguese, the British... the Belgians, holy shit, the Belgians.
Yeah, the Belgians.
Oh, God, I can never eat chocolate the same way again. You know, when you think about all that, all rubber for that matter, when you think about all the stuff they did, over time, they were dramatically worse.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know where German white guilt comes from. It's a foreign concept to me.
German white guilt, I think, mainly comes from post Second World War.
It still does.
I think that's the root of it now, because now they feel really guilty about the things they did, and they're trying to apologize for it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean, what did they do?
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I only go as far as like at least the technology was really cool. I wasn't like it was just a few. No. Let's not. I find the white guilt thing really odd because it's just this thing of where, you know, you can sort of like try and educate yourself and maybe work towards making sure that whatever advantage you have in society isn't going to fuck anyone else over.
Yeah.
That's nice. But the problem is when you go so far, you start policing other people.
You're still doing the same thing you did before, but now with a different ideology, basically. It's like, well, become Christians, okay. And now stop being Christians, be whatever you want, okay. Yeah. Why aren't you being that? Now I'm going to kill you for not being that. Well, there's no more killing. There's more like a public social media crucifixion that goes on. Right. But it's all like this like weird shit that happens. Like my German girlfriend. Yeah. Whose grandfather was a Nazi. Yeah. An SS officer. Yeah, not just any Nazi. Yeah, like high octane. The creme de la crop. Yeah, creme de la crop. Yeah. The top echelon. Yeah. The one that wouldn't even get the Nuremberg trial. They just chuck him into a prison and then throw him in. Yeah, and he survived the war. Because he went to Brazil, did he? He went to Argentina. Of course it's Argentina. Why the fuck did I even ask? Of course it's Argentina. Of course it's Argentina. He went there. Oh, fuck. And she made me watch Black Panther. Why? She made me watch Black Panther. Yeah. And I'm like, bitch, I'm a Middle Eastern. I don't give a shit. This is not my war. It's not my problem. Yeah. I don't give a shit if you're black or white. As long as you're nice. The black was created when white people realized they're white. That's a very good observation. Like, black people didn't think of themselves as black until white people had to told them to. It's like, you're black. They're like, oh, am I? I guess I am. I thought it was just the default. Like, I thought everybody just looked like this. But And like, she made me watch Black Panther. Like, this movie showed this is the first African American superhero. It's so important for them. It made me watch that dreadful film, which the only positive aspect of it was the white character, Claw. That was the only part. And I was making fun of him, by the end when the T'Challa killed Kilgore.
Yeah, Kilgore. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was when he stabs him in the stomach, and I was like, man, I think they should start blowing each other through the power of gay love. They can probably. I was laughing my ass off, and I was seeing what she was trying to say, but at the same time, here's how I would have watched it. I would have 100% watched and might have even enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Had it not been pushed.
Right.
Had I not felt like they're pushing an ideology down my throat.
Right.
Blade was a superhero character. I never doubted that. Yeah. But when I'm hearing everybody here's the thing, the stigma. I call it, I say it's a stigma of being labeled first African superhero. Mm-hmm. I think that sucks. That sucks every possible joy out of the whole. It brings an aura of inauthenticity to it.
Right.
I feel now you're trying to please the woke culture or something, and it wasn't a good movie. It was an okay superhero thing.
So because it wasn't pushed on me, right, I acknowledge that Black Panther could be a lot better. But it's just this thing of where there's certain elements about it that made me feel shit that I had never felt before about my identity as somebody who's mixed race and doesn't and can't quite fit in. But not from the main characters. I identified more with the villain, Kilgore.
Yeah.
Killmonger,
sorry, yeah.
Right? Because he's this dude who's abandoned in the middle of a country that can't quite accept him.
Yeah.
Right? And he has to go through a system that essentially is a meat grinder for minorities.
Yeah.
Comes out on the other end, and the only thing he can do is what he's programmed to do by the powers that be. When he gets to Wakanda, the first thing he does is American imperialist training, right? You burn down the resources, you take over the country, you sabotage it from the inside by gaining people's trusts.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the tragedy. When he gets back to his home, the only thing he can do is the programming that the white man taught him to do when he became a soldier.
Exactly.
That's the tragedy for me.
That was, very good observation. He did what a white person would do.
Yeah.
What a American would do.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And that for me is the tragedy. And I feel that wasn't addressed.
No.
Because they were more concerned with trying to portray a kind of generic African exotica for a viewership that wanted to perhaps fetishize Africa in a certain way.
Yeah.
And it's just this thing of where Africa is a whole continent.
Yeah.
Right? You can't treat it like it's one whole country. You gotta go from country to country. South Africa, Kenya, Zimbabwe, all the way up to Ethiopia and Eritrea. These are very different cultures. Right. And I think one of the problems with Black Panther is that it's kind of generic in its expression of Africanness.
Yeah, there could have been a lot more, but it was just a very... If you really look at it, there wasn't much.
No.
I don't remember... I watched it and I was I get what you're trying to tell me, but the thing is, it's tainted here. It doesn't seem genuine. It does not seem properly executed.
Right.
It just seems like something to feed to the frenzy of that's going around about what African Americans are going through, what the black people are going through. And the studio is just, I think Disney, which is the head of the Marvel now, owns Marvel now. It's let's make that and sell loads of merchandise on top
Right.
of that, and it really did. And it really
did. I think it's just that the bar is so low for representation that even this will matter to black people.
Yeah, I'm glad that they enjoyed it. I'm glad that they did it, but it's like this whole idea of pushing anything down people's throat is not gonna go well because have you seen Alien?
Yeah, obviously everybody has seen Alien.
Anybody has a decent taste in films?
Yeah,
I've seen Alien.
Yeah.
At no point in that film I questioned that the protagonist of the film is a female.
Right.
It never even occurred to me.
Right.
I was like, I hope she lives.
Yeah.
I hope she does what she needs to do.
Right.
Nowadays, there is this. Nowadays, it's labeled. We're gonna have a female superhero.
Right.
I'm like, bitch, Ripley was the best superhero.
Right.
She wasn't even a superhero. She was just a hero. She was the best character I've seen in my life. What the fuck are you talking about?
For 4 movies.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
And I never questioned her existence and her role as a female character. Nowadays, there is this whole thing like, look at what this female superhero did to the male characters. Like Captain Marvel when it came, I trolled it on Facebook and I got plastered. And it was so good. It was so good. When the first trailer of Captain Marvel came, I wrote, imagine if this would have been a great movie if a man was a hero. I put the man in capital.
Right.
Shame. I just wrote that. I got 700 likes, angry, but more angry replies.
Oh, geez.
But the first replies, whoever saw that, the first replies were like the best ones were like how to anger the SJW one-on-one. Right. And another one was just like, I'm just here to read the comments. Those were the best.
Right.
But the rest of the people were like, you're nothing. Listen to me. You're nothing. Fuck you. And they were like insulting me. And I would always just reply with the clip of Joker laughing at Batman in the interrogation room. It's just, but I had to remove the comment because it would just keep coming. People were not really stopping this. There was no moment that it stopped. It started with 200, went up to 5, went up to 7, got to 1,000. I was like, I gotta stop this. Because like some were very angry, some found the humor in it, some knew what I was doing, because the way I wrote the comment was there to I wasn't hiding that I'm here to provoke you.
Yeah.
I was like, imagine how I wrote this. Imagine how awesome this movie would have been if a man was a leading role.
just being transparently a dick about. I'm being
transparently dick here. I'm being provocateur here. Yeah. But you're all taking the bait thoroughly.
Right.
Like, I was so surprised by the success of that into provoking people into rage. And they were all like, fuck you.
I think it's
someone found my website and like emailed me.
Oh, jeez.
Listen to me, you piece of shit. You're no one. You're nothing. What? Yeah, you like this, huh? Yeah, you're male, misogynistic, toxic masculinity and everything. I was like, oh, god damn it.
So here's the funny thing about the MCU and its female representation, right? Because in Endgame, spoiler alert, there is this like lineup of all the female superheroes. Yeah. Who then go against Thanos and like save the day essentially.
Right after the man have okay. Right after man.
Fair enough. And it was fun, and then people were sort of like celebrating it as like empowerment, right? Yeah. But something weird happened because a few other producers of other shows saw it and they came back like just pissed off and were like, that is the most transparent form of pandering I've seen in my life. right? This is the kind of low bar representation that Disney will do to appease certain groups at the cost of good storytelling. And one of the people who expressed this was one of the writers of The Boys.
Oh,
right. Like it was one of the two head writers of The Boys, a man and a woman, and the lady. I can't remember all of their names, but it was the lady writer who came back. Would you look at this pandering bullshit? They think that is like representative of women, right? And if you watch season 2 of The Boys, they parody that quite strongly. This sort of commercialization of female empowerment, you know.
When the what was it, the Wonder Woman character, the Boys was like came out as gay, and they were really trying to push that idea forward, like so as a gay couple,
right?
You two are the females of the thing, and they were like, what the fuck is this?
It's very weird because here's the thing, right? People will defend the concept and idea, but they forget that the people who make the media is a giant, faceless, multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Yeah.
And they don't think of you as people. They think of you as points of data to acquire money from.
You're just numbers.
You're just numbers. You don't have rights. So if they can just tell you what you want to hear, you will pay them all of the money.
As long as you're pleased.
Yeah. And
somewhat.
Sure. And I get it. Like, if you're a kid, right? If you're a black kid from the Bronx and you haven't seen a superhero your own skin color your entire life, maybe that's really important to you. If you're a young girl who doesn't have any female superhero to look up to, that might be very important to you as well. But if you're a grown-ass person, right, this is not for you.
Not at all.
No. It's like when people lost their shit over the Ghostbusters reboot, right?
Yeah.
Because they felt like it wasn't a very good movie. Like, it was, like, corny and poorly written. But people sort of defended it, assuming that the criticism was based in misogyny.
Yeah.
And some of it might have been. But here's the thing that I feel about the Ghostbusters movie. It doesn't have to be good for adults. All it needs to do is be good enough for kids who want something to look up to. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? That's all it's got to be. It has to be good enough.
Yeah.
For somebody else to look at it as a role model for just like an hour in a week and then have them something to look up to. Whatever agenda you think it represents, you know, if you're like an SJW, or if you're like an MRA type, right, like you're red pill to fuck, this is not our fight to have over. No, just let people have their shit.
Yeah.
You know, stop trying to shove it down people's throats.
That's what the problem is, that when you feel like somebody's like pushing an idea down your throat, you're gonna throw up.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, calm the hell down. I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
You mentioned the female Ghostbusters that came out recently. That was like I didn't even bother watching it, to be honest. I already knew whatever they're gonna do with it.
I didn't bother either.
Yeah. But then there was like what was it? Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
That one, I didn't bother watching it, but I knew exactly what it was gonna be the second I saw the trailer.
Right.
And it was like the clip of it came out, and it's all about female empowerment. Right. It's like, women are amazing. Like, it starts with Kristen Stewart talking to the camera and says, I think women are amazing. Women can do anything.
Right.
And the rest of the movie is a spin on that same sentence, happening constantly again and again and again. And they have superpowers as well. And every man in the film is an evil piece of shit. Every man, even the one that they trust, is the evil character. It turns out to be the evil character. And it's a horrible film. It's a real horrible film. And the director of it, Elizabeth Banks, when the movie tanked in the box office, because it didn't tank because it was a feminist film. It tanked because it was a bad film. And it was like, this movie failed because of the toxic males of blah blah blah. There's because of the toxic, because of men and all their toxicity and everything. It's like, no, it failed because you suck at directing.
The funny thing is, this movie builds upon the Charlie's Angels that came before it. The Charlie's Angels movie that came before it was Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz,
Lucy
Liu. And Lucy Liu, right? Yeah. And then the sequel had Demi Moore as the villain.
Yeah.
And it was... Who was the dude from Groundhog? Bosley was...
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, yeah.
Yeah, he was Bosley in episode 1.
He was basically comic relief, right?
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I like this. It's not a smart movie.
But it's fun. I can't help but to smile.
Yeah, it's like, it's just Cameron Diaz being a goofball in her underpants. And Drew Barrymore who can't help but make bad decisions. And Lucy Liu is like a
horrible cook.
It's a horrible cook. And she keeps making terrible innuendos to her dad, who's John Cleese. And it's just... I know it's dumb, but it's so funny.
It's comfort food.
It's comfort food. That's what it is. And I think at no point did we ever think...
The fuck these 3 girls are doing, man? I don't get it.
Yeah, no.
I was like, I hope they catch the bad guy.
I hope, yeah. Like,
you need for them.
This is fun. This is really fun.
Yeah.
And I think if, you know, if the second movie was just that, like, it didn't take itself too seriously.
No, not. Right? I don't remember a point that they did that. It was always the same. Yeah.
Like the choreography was
there was jokes. There was this like there was always a comic relief. There was like 1 or 2 moments of serious.
Yeah.
Like when he cut the guy's head off in episode 1.
Yeah.
But you don't even see that. You just know he died.
Right.
And that was it, really. When you realize that Knox is the traitor. Yeah, like that was, I was like, Knox is a traitor, and he just banged Drew Barrymore. But that was it.
And you're like, he's such a slime ball. We hate him so much.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that was effectively more feminist than trying to make a feminist movie.
Like the best feminist, I wouldn't call it a feminist movie because I think that would be like almost an insult to what the director was really trying to do.
Right.
But it is a feminist movie, as in like it is a very empowering film for female, I believe.
Yeah.
There are themes of feminism in it.
Yeah.
But not that there's any fucking thing wrong with it. It's called The Widows.
The Widows?
Yeah. Have you seen that?
No.
I love that movie. It was a movie with. God, what was her name? Okay, have you seen Tenet?
Tenet?
Elizabeth Debicki. Debicki?
Debicki?
Yeah, Elizabeth Debicki.
No, I haven't seen Tenet.
Yes, it's a movie with her. God, I forgot her name. It's Liam Neeson. Mm-hmm. And there's Colin Firth. Mm-hmm. And I forgot the female character's lead's name, but it's really about their husbands, all 3 of their husbands. There are 3 women. And their husbands, 3 or 4 women, their husbands get shot. They die. They're all dead. And they owe a considerable amount of debt to this politician / gangster. Mm. And the gangster comes to the wife and tells them that, hey, your husband owes us this much money.
Right.
If you don't pay up, we cut you up. Mm-hmm. And it's one black... have you seen... God, I wish I could remember her name.
Screenplay by Steve McQueen and Gillian Flynn. Elizabeth Debicki, Viola Davis. Oh, Viola Davis.
Yeah, Viola Davis.
Oh, you can't go wrong with Viola Davis. Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Oh. Daniel Kaluuya's in here as well. Holy crap.
Yeah. And Liam Neeson, Colin Farrell, and what's it called? The Robert Duvall.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, all-star cast. And you root for these women who decide to embark on a heist, basically, to earn the money and earn their freedom. And each one of these characters have their own problems and their issues.
Right.
well developed, and there wasn't a second that I kind of go like, I'm watching a feminist film that they're trying to like take over the man and everything. No, the whole time I'm like, watching this, I'm like, get it, girls, get it, come on, get it. Oh, that's gonna happen. It was a well-made piece of cinema. It was entertaining as fuck. There were parts of the film that was not well boiled, or at least I didn't understand it because like Viola Davis is married to Liam Neeson, and their son gets shot by the cops.
Yeah.
Because he was black, of course. And but the thing is like there was a subtext of racism that was not 100% developed in the relationship. In the relationship between Viola Davis and Liam Neeson, that I just didn't understood it, but it was mentioned because like at one point she tells him, it's like, maybe you should have gone and married a white woman, and but I think it just didn't get developed in the film. But it was a very good film. I love that movie. No ideas shoved down my throat. I want these people to succeed. They're all these characters, they knock it out of the park. I 100% recommend. It was very good. I actually watched that with my ex-girlfriend, and I was telling her like, now that's how you make a film without really pushing an idea down someone's throat. It's like you're not trying. Like even her, like the way she was like angry that I didn't see Black Panther, as if I've insulted. And she's German, and she would call South Africa, that's my real home.
Oh, okay. I think the issue with the girl is that she just jumps on bandwagons that happens to be very popular. Yeah, she was insane. Like whenever she see a black person, she would like, hi, hi. Like, I'm like, okay. Like, could you make this more awkward? I had a friend who really liked The Blind Side. Like he really liked these feel-good stories about racial conflict and racial tension. Yeah. You know, being fitched towards the end. Yeah. Right. And I
even considered that a racist movie.
What?
I even considered that a racist film.
The Blind Side?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weirdly racist, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, oh, look at this incapable black man who white man helped him to find his potential.
Right.
I'm like,
oh, yeah, no, his IQ is really low, but he's really large.
You know, he's retarded.
Yeah.
But he can kick your ass.
He can kick your ass.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have this nice white lady from the suburbs take you in, and then she's going to suffer the mildest form of prejudice possible while she essentially turns this dude into a sports cash cow.
Yeah. Come on, go in there. Get in the field.
Come on there. Give yourself some micro trauma to your brain.
Run.
So that we can all be famous. We can prove that racism is over now.
Yeah.
Because we took a gigantic black kid off the street.
America. You see, I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that food ain't gonna pay for itself. You better run, black man. Yeah. It's just this very like that was a movie that at first when I watched it, I was like, that wasn't a racist film, and as I grew and I looked back at it, I was like, there was something.
It's a little racist. No, let's not.
Look at this. Like one thing for sure, a Southern American will never do that for a black person.
No.
A Southern American will never do that.
No.
Oh, damn. No. Black boy, what you doing in my yard? Run.
Yeah.
We're gonna go hunting. Yeah. What are we hunting? You.
Yeah. See, that's how you get out. That's why.
That's how you get out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually a fan of the, what's it called? What's his name? The
Keegan Peele.
Keegan Michael Peele?
Keegan Michael Key and Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele, yeah. Keegan Michael Peele.
It's not merging to one.
I see them as one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is making proper cinema that is actually very, very... Some of his stuff is very original.
Yeah.
I watched especially the... God, I forgot the name. The last one where it was about...
the family who finds a
family, they find a replica of themselves.
That's right.
Yeah, the replicas basically find them, basically.
Yeah.
And he makes things that are actually very valuable, especially for the African American culture in particular. And he really manages to touch upon that point about not about being black, but being a black person in America. In a very, very genius way. He's actually making a remake of Candyman. Candyman's coming out, actually.
I think Jordan Peele's great contribution to movies is simply essentially starting the genre of black horror.
Yeah, black. I don't want to name it that, but yeah, it is black horror. Yeah,
it's black horror, but not because it's made by a black person, or because it's got black actors.
Yeah.
Or because it involves black characters.
It has black heritage.
It's got black heritage. The horror is the moral horror of what happens to a black person in white America. Yeah. Because nothing can get more horrible for a black person.
Yeah.
Right? A black person would be like, I can deal with zombies. I can deal with werewolves. I know how to deal with ghosts, which is the common sense route of not going into the fucking house, Martha. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made those. I saw the beginning trailer for Candyman that he has released a few trailers. And Candyman, of course, is an iconic black character who just, if you repeat his name 3 times in a mirror, he's going to come down and kill you. And the character itself comes from a black character who was not long ago was in love or something, and the police comes and beats him up, and then they cut his hand off, they put a spike in it, and they cover him in honey, and his flesh is eaten, and he turns into a revengeful, and they lynch him, I think.
Right.
And he turns into a revengeful ghost.
Right.
Now, what that is, actually, is that now in the trailer, it's emphasized on that again. That... Yeah, you will just get you will get shot if you're that was a reality back in the day, and it will happen again nowadays. Especially it hasn't changed really.
It happened recently, a couple of years ago. Some dude literally got lynched in America.
What?
Yeah. It's a long list of black people who died in the past 2 to 3 years.
They're weird, not weird cases, but I would say you kind of go is it still happening? Kind of a cases. I call it. Is this still going on?
Oh, it's still going on.
That's when George Floyd died.
Yeah.
Say whatever the fuck you like about him. He was drugged up. He was drunk. Whatever. But they put him in a car. Yeah. But the dude took him out of the car from the other side. Yeah. And then they placed his knee on top of his neck. And then choked him.
Yeah.
He was already in the car. There was no need to keep detaining him or and do anything, taser him or anything.
Yeah.
He was done.
Yeah.
Why did that happen? Where did that rage come from that white dude?
I have no clue. It's a level of racial violence that I don't think any person can
for almost 9 minutes, he put his knee on his neck.
Yeah. 8 minutes.
46 seconds.
46 seconds.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle really put plays it well. It's for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And 46 seconds. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle remembers because, as he mentions in his special, that was the morning.
That was the time he was born in the morning.
8:46.
Yeah.
My cat's scratching at the door again. Maybe he hears the conversation. He's black. The cat's black. Well, it's funny actually because black cats don't do very well in this country either. I don't know, something about just blackness disturbs people.
In Malaysia?
In Malaysia, the black cats get adopted.
Are you talking about the... I read about Feng Shui, and I'm very surprised how that shit is still integrated in that.
I don't get it either. Honestly,
it's like someone I know has a mole under her eye, and she said my Feng Shui. They said, she didn't say Feng Shui. She said they said that's gonna cause me to cry, and I was like, well, they can go fuck themselves.
Well, it's true. The black cats don't get a good rep, so they don't get adopted in the country because the blackness is supposed to be like,
black is a evil color,
right?
Yeah,
which probably explains why black people don't get a good rep.
Yeah.
Because they associate skin color with evil. Maybe, I don't know.
No, actually, I've heard that. I've heard that in particular. It's like, oh no, you're bad luck. You're black ghost. You're Feng Shui shit. It's like, I'm like...
I mean, it's feng shui. You could just make him stand in another corner.
Like, I get it. Like, a white person thinks he's racially... Like, he puts his race as a thing of superiority. But if you go down to spiritual level, how racist are you?
It's just weird. It's like...
It's not even spiritual. It's not even racist. It's spiritual.
Yeah. It's just this thing of where, well, you'd have that in conservative sort of Bible Belt America as well, where some old timey Bible thumpers think that black people carry the mark of Cain on them, right? And that the black skin is is an indicator of that. You know that
when we were having religious studies. How they said that black people were created?
How?
The bad son of Noah.
Yeah.
One of his bad sons.
Yeah.
There was one bad son who got drowned.
Yeah.
There was another bad son that when he woke up, he saw that his son is making fun of him and whatever, and what he's doing and all, and his mission and God and everything, and he prayed to God that do something about that. Yeah. And I don't remember what exactly he requested, and God turned him black.
Oh, great.
And I remember that was how the religious teacher was talking about this, and that's how black people were created. And I was like, oh, they're all descendants of son of Noah.
Oh,
no. He said, like, make him less beautiful or something. Apparently, like, he was good looking. And he was like, oh, how can I make him less beautiful? Turn him black. And I was like, there are these weird stuff that it's never gonna go away. No. Even in India, like I don't know if I told you, it's like the new history books in India that are being distributed. Yeah, they said how the Hindu race is born. Right. It's actually distributed in like elementary school and shit. They talk about God made dough, and he put it in the oven. Right. He put it in the oven for too long. Right. That's how black... By the way, he doesn't use black. They don't use the word black in the book. They use the N-word. What? They use the N-word in the elementary school books. Oh, no. Why India? And then they talk about... then the God put the dough in the oven again. Right. But this time, he didn't cook it enough. Right. That's how white people are born. Oh, good. Yeah. Then he put it enough, just long enough, and that's how the Hindus are born. Right. Yeah, this is... I just like the idea of God just, like, being a dude in quarantine trying to figure out sourdough. You know what I mean? I would not be surprised if that would be the case, my friend. I will not be surprised. I just feel like... I think we've blown him out of proportion. Jeez, I don't understand. Racism is weird. You think I understand if you don't know how to, like, get along with somebody who looks different than you or somebody who speaks a different language than you, right? That's just instinctive. But the way how people rationalize it is just really... When you start rationalizing it, you're like, oh, wow. You put thought into this. Yes. Like, I'm just uncomfortable with people who look different. But you decided to make a fairy tale to justify... You decided to write a book. Yeah. Yeah, why? Why would you do this? So weird. Really weird, man. And it's pretty... and Malaysia is not any better, right? I don't know. You have racism here too.
No, it's very weird. Like, for instance, it's in the little things, right? Like if you're Indian, you're gonna get hauled up by a police roadblock, regardless, because they're gonna just assume you're drunk.
Right? Yeah.
Or
what was that? It was I think you told me that joke. He said I got into a car crash. Of course, he was Indian.
Yeah,
I think that was a joke he said. Like,
what was it? I can't quite remember.
It's like a car crash. Of course, he was Indian.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was this thing of where
there's this constant jokes about race here, and
I think we need to get it out, because it's this thing of where we're constantly walking around with these dumb prejudices in our head, and if we don't make fun of them, they're just gonna start looking real to us. If we don't start making fun about how racist we are, we're gonna start believing that shit is true.
Good point. Yeah.
You know,
for Middle Easterners, it's weird. We don't even get our form of the racism that we receive. I mean, like, I've been called a sand nigger a few times, but that's not really.
That's lazy.
I'm going like, just put some effort for fuck's sake. I can't use that in a rap. I can't make a rap rhyme with that word. It's the racism we receive is mostly with the gazes. And the shift of attitude, which I call it the real racism. Really, the real racism really saying a word doesn't renders you racist. Yeah, your behavior renders you racist. You can call me apples and pears and still be racist. Right. It doesn't really fucking matter, really, with the word. I think the whole culture of racism, which is started by white people and is being managed still by white people, is now they've shifted it, so like, oh, you said that word, so now you belong to this group. Don't look at the context of what somebody said it, or it's like some guy who was just born in 1950s, right? And he's not a racist, but that's just the way he talks, right? So, but it's like, instead of looking at somebody's actions, look at somebody's words and just his appearance. The way we receive racism is mostly that we get that pure racism. We get that bitter look. That kind of a shift of like... there's an entire shift that goes on that you won't even be able to believe. Right. It's yeah. There was even a girl who was like... It was just this weird thing that happened when she was like we were all talking, chatting up, and everything was going well. And she realized like, you're a Middle Easterner. You're like, okay. And like her entire demeanor changed. And like, I am not gonna go out with a Muslim. I was like, ew. I was like, well, I am gonna go out with you, asshole. Fuck you.
No, but really, fuck her. You know,
it suddenly turns so negative. Like you can feel it.
I had experienced this some time ago. When I was 17 years old, 9/11 happened, right? Yeah. And I made friends with this
As I like to call it, my birthday.
You get 2 cakes and then, you get
2 cakes.
And then they both crash. No, I made this friends with this Canadian dude, and I was sitting in the car with his mom in the front seat, and, you know, we're just talking about stuff, and I casually mentioned that I was a Muslim, and then and it was like, you're a Muslim? Like, yeah, what did you think I was? That was the longest
silence ever.
1 minute of silence I felt in my life. And I'm like, and at the time I thought, okay, I probably just like dropped one of these like random factoids that no one cares about. That's why no one knows how to start the conversation back again. Yeah. But looking back, I realized, they felt awkward. They felt awkward because, you know, they suddenly realized the enemy is in the car.
One of the best experiences that I had was with the Christian missionaries who came and started talking to me. Yeah. And that's what they do, apparently. We're weird like that. I've got a handful of Christian missionaries. One time there was just 2 girls who came and started talking to me. And I'm pretty sure I could have had a threesome with them because I was talking with them. they were talking with me, like, hi, could you want to join our church and stuff like that? And I was like, and I said, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
She was like, can we have your number? No. But then it just turned into flirtation almost.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because weird. I was flirting with her. She was like, can I have your number? I said, no, you can't. And she was like, huh? Why can't I? I said, well, I can have your number. And she and her friend were both like, can we? Like, they immediately turned into sluts. I was like, oh, Jesus. Look at you.
Does Jesus know about what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Did he die for this particular sin right here?
Yeah,
You might want to,
He didn't cover the loophole, man.
No.
There's always a loophole.
There's 2 loopholes in his pounds. That's the problem. That's the problem,
God damn it.
Yeah, when he puts the palms together, it becomes one loophole. That's why you got to do that. But yeah, the racism is what the Malaysian racism is like. It happens because people just aren't thinking, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like Deepavali is like today, okay?
Yeah.
Deepavali is today, so it's the biggest Hindu festival in the country, right? Second, perhaps only to like Thaipusam.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a public holiday. It's a national holiday.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's important.
Yeah.
But ain't no Deepavali decorations anywhere. Not in a shopping mall.
I have a joke about that.
You have a joke about that?
I have a very good joke about that.
Do you know what they put up instead? Christmas. Like, you completely neglected the Indian people because the white man's holiday was more popular.
I said, like, you can tell what is a priority religion, the priority of race in Malaysia just judging by how long the New Year songs go around.
Right.
So it's like we have we have the Hari Raya.
Yeah.
Oh, we have the Deepavali.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I have never heard the Deepavali song in the malls.
Yeah.
I've never heard the Deepavali.
Never heard a Deepavali song in my life.
Then we have the Chinese.
Yeah.
I have the Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Which is. But then that goes on for 2 months. It ends before it even starts.
Yeah.
Then we have the Hari Raya, which is like which is a song sung by a man who seems like he's being sodomized slowly.
I always say, like, everybody.
I get sick of that song. That one starts 13 months before the year and ends 12 months after.
I think it's really weird because it's like you are the race with the most amount of privileges constitutionally.
Yeah,
right.
I think we'll cut that part out.
Yeah. No, it's a fact, right? You have the most amount of privileges because it's guaranteed by the Constitution. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But why your Raya song so depressed?
Yeah. I'm like, dude, what's happening to you?
To me, it doesn't sound like he's being sodomized slowly. To me, it just sounds like today is the happiest day of the year and I want to fucking kill myself. I'm going to hang myself with a ketupat. That's what I'm...
For me, it sounds like somebody's like holding a gun to the back of his head.
It does.
It just
you sound so miserable.
It's like, you sing, motherfucker.
Yeah. Why do you sound so sad?
It's like, even the Bali Kaboom song, it sounds like a bunch of children being held hostage. Sing, motherfucker. Bali Kaboom. I want to go home.
Yeah. Chinese songs, they sound like they want you to know they're happy.
Oh, the Chinese song, whenever they're playing in my head, I'm writing dragons.
Yeah.
I'm not writing a good dragon. I'm writing a Chinese TV series dragon with a very shitty CGI.
Yeah.
And we're all dancing.
Yeah. just banging on a trash can, dong, 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 you know.
Yeah, like I was asking,
making as much noise as
my
possible.
friend was a manager in the mall. I was like, how long are you guys gonna keep playing the Hari Raya song? It's like it's over for 5 months.
Right.
It's like for another year.
Right. The Christmas songs, they're like everybody's got the bloody Christmas.
You guys, by the way, Hari Raya is gonna become more hip in Malaysia because I realized they're really putting their spin on it. So soon we're gonna have Hari Raya, Hari Raya, hey.
Just a whole bunch of R&B singers who just like Hari Raya. Just full Beyonce-ing this shit. And I think to myself, this is too much. I have been fasting for 30 days, bitch. I just want to be able to eat when the sun is up.
Doing Whitney Houston on that song.
She's full Mariah Careying that shit.
Soon the next year would be Lady Gaga. Hari Raya, yeah. Hari Raya, yeah.
I blew my fingers off with fireworks. Ow, 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 ow. Just, why? Why are you so commercialized? Okay? But after all this has been said and done, right?
Jesus.
The Raya songs are like long and depressing and way too commercialized. And the Chinese songs are so loud, they're like, what the fuck are you chasing away? And then the Christmas songs are like, you've been hearing them for 1,000 times already. Yeah. Right? Deepavali songs? Nada. Not a damn thing.
I don't know. Occasionally you see one of these like Indian drawings with dust.
The kolams. They're like these things.
That's how much knowledge I have. Yeah. Indian drawing with dust.
The dust drawings.
The dust drawings.
It's a kolam.
Which only like would last like I saw a big one in Pavilion. It just like some asshole just swiped it.
What a
pit. What a prick.
Yeah.
You have any idea how long it takes to make those shit?
Such an asshole.
Fucker.
But I think it's really telling that on Deepavali, around Deepavali, in the malls, they're getting ready for Christmas already.
Yeah.
Right? So they're just pretending Deepavali ain't happening at all. And I know it's like quarantine period and whatnot, and celebrations are going to be muted anyway. But acknowledge it. Just acknowledge it, right?
Yeah, give it some show. It's part of the culture, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Show that they're like,
that's another discussion altogether. That's a Punjabi song, and the Sikhs have their own celebration, right? Vaisakhi. And there's no holiday at all for them.
Oh yeah.
So it's like I
have a Punjabi friend, but it's like it's very odd. Not really odd. I don't know what to call it, but it's funny to see the division within their own community. Yeah. It's like you say happy. Like I didn't know she was Punjabi. I didn't know there was a different holiday. Yeah. I said, hey, happy Deepavali. She was like, I'm not my holiday. Okay. God, chill the fuck out. It's like,
there's too few of you for me to learn anything from.
There's like thousands of races.
I'm lucky. I got a lot of Punjabi friends because they thought I was one of them. I'm like, you're brown and hairy. You're probably a Punjabi, right? I'm like, but I'm not a Sikh. I'm just like really Pakistani on my mom's side. That's about it. Oh, you're one of the people who caused partition. Oh, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Hey, no, look, come on. I like naan and tandoori like the next dude. Just chill out. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll be an alcoholic today. It's okay.
Jeez.
You'll like that.
Yeah.
And they do. This one can drink. This one can drink too much. This one probably shouldn't drink. Me in a conga line at a Punjabi wedding. It's the best. Woo, God. Yeah. You gotta train to go to a Punjabi wedding. That's how I feel. You have to do a few push-ups.
They're quite intense.
Get your cardio up. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Then have an ambulance on speed dial just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it called? Yeah, I was talking to my Punjabi friend. It's like it's funny to see how strict they are.
Yeah,
they're very cultured, but they're strict at the same time.
Yeah,
and she was like, "You know how we talk about sex with our parents?" And she was like, "We don't." He's like, "You know, like what I got when I asked my mother what like how the baby was made."
Yeah,
and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Well." It was like a magic dust that came, and it's just like
it's Genghis Khan's.
It's Genghis Khan's semen.
Yeah.
It was like Krishna. It was like when a turtle loves another turtle.
Right. Yeah.
When a turtle loves another turtle, brother. So, I don't know if that's Punjabi or not.
It's close enough. I don't know how today if you ask me if an Iranian would do a bad impersonation of an Indian accent to a Malaysian. What the fuck kind of weird sort of...
It's a very good impression, brother. Come on. Krishna approves.
I'm gonna get cancelled like a Windows app.
You know how I got to that impression?
What?
I started practicing one sentence.
Yeah.
Put your cock away. Put your cock away, man. I tell you, put your cock away. Come on. It's not that one, actually. I'm pretty proud of that one. It's a shitty, ignorant...
Admittedly, I did the same thing with a Nigerian accent. Yeah.
What is a Nigerian accent?
So there is this Iranian comedian called Omid Jalili. And
okay.
Omid Jalili is a round Iranian dude from Britain. So
I know
British Iranian.
He was in Mummy.
Yeah, he was.
He played Picasso in Modigliani. He was actually pretty good.
So weird. So I don't know. He just has this bit where he just impersonates a Nigerian traffic cop. Who's giving him a parking ticket. Sir, I'm going to give you a ticket, and I just parked it for a little bit. Sir, that is not a cogent answer.
It is not over yet.
It's very tough.
Oh, jeez. Not Coachella, the Coachella. I just mistaken Coachella with Coachella.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, that's T'Challa Coachella is where... it's
a sex position.
It's
T'Challa Coachella.
No, that's Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Yeah. That's what they feature. Yeah. God. T'Challa Coachella is Kendrick Lamar's personal music festival, I'm sure.
Want to wrap this up, man?
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap this up. Thank you for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed to this racist episode.
Yeah, we're two unwitting racists talk about how racism is bad.
It's not. We're not racist because we're not white.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just sort of light-skinned.
Latte with extra shot.
I've got a lot of shots in me. Let's be real.
Yeah, I'm maybe like 2 shots behind you.
No, I'm like 2
espressos.
Yeah, no, I'm like Courtney Love's left arm.
Oh God,
that's a lot of shots. You know what I mean?
Oh God, I'm like Halle Berry with extra milk.
Oh jeez. Yeah, that's her dating Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh yeah. Oh, God bless her, Halle Berry, man.
Oh, jeez.
She brought a generation into puberty.
What I really liked about her was when Catwoman got the Razzies and she actually came to accept it.
Oh, yeah.
That was super cool.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I didn't hate Catwoman.
You didn't hate it?
No.
No, really?
I didn't hate it until I was told to hate it.
Oh, that's really weird.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't even hate it then. But I was like, oh, was that a bad film? I don't think it was extraordinary, but I didn't think it was shit either.
You know what it is? I've never really hated a movie.
But here's the thing. I didn't know what Catwoman was.
Right.
Until afterwards.
Right.
So I was like, oh, Batman, all that. Yeah. Otherwise, she was hot.
Yeah.
And it was a moderately entertaining film, but not a fantastic film at all.
I think there are a lot of films out there who would be great if they just didn't have the title they had.
We can talk about that on the next episode.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed.
All right.
Take care. Toodles.
Wash your butts!
We're still here.
Gotcha!